Last time on the Adventures of Gaia. We found ourselves in some tunnels under Megalopolis where we met Dudley, a Gaizen who seems to live under the tunnels mining Gaia metal. They explained that Megabrain is a computer under the city that is kept at bay with a shield. Dudley also knew about the many comings and goings of various people under the city. So I tried bargaining with him first, but then I just dominated him to lead us. I mean, he wanted 10 bullets to walk. Anyways, they took us to a stronghold where we found the Black Cabal hideout, and Shiny detected the hidden coin energy. Yes. After a shootout with the Black Cabal, where I almost died...
Poppy, I can assure you it was only a flesh wound.
But there is a hole in my coat now, Doctor.
Ah, yes. Your poor coat.
Okay, fine. Releanor brought us the coin that was, hidden inside the Black Cabal leader. Yes, it was gross, Shiny. Yuck. We agreed to give Shiny the coin, and, everything seems to be okay. Thank goodness, Shiny. Releanor decided to leave us. And just as I thought it was time for beer, the captain's emergency call came through, and Shiny transported us back to the ship. What do you think that captain has done now?
You become real again. Your feet hit the metal floor. You can tell by the air pressure, the temperature, the humidity, and the darkness, and the cool feeling, and the smell of salt, and seawater that has sat too long on metal. You know that you've been teleported back into the computer center of the GRS Archon, which is your ship you have absconded, made your home base.
It's our ship.
Of course. Forgive me for Poppy for intimating otherwise. And you've been using to resell. You've been Captain Blynk and his men, his crew, have been salvaging parts of it and reselling bits of it as you have been gone out adventuring. And so this is what has called you back. Poppy, you notice that you appear, Gideon appears, half of Mr. Shiny, little Shiny appears beside you. And also Blynk appears.
Oh, hi friends. You're back.
Welcome.
Hi friends.
Blynk.
Hey. What's the deal? What's the captain done to my ship?
Okay, you can hear the captain going, Poppy.
Where is he?
So you're bathed in the kind of yellow light that comes out of the central eye of the computer core that Mr. Shiny, the other half of Mr. Shiny, is happening. It goes, and hello. You can see there's some computer screens going on there, and you believe that sound's coming from one of the computer screens on the left-hand side, a smaller one. It's got kind of a repeating loop of a message from Captain Blynk. It's just like a wave file with like a line that squiggles as he talks.
Big Shiny. Big Shiny, this is really annoying. Can you play this? Play this one.
Okay, goes back to some beginning part.
All right, and we're getting all the files, and we're getting everything ready for you, Poppy. And oh no, a big ambush! I don't know, Poppy.
Big Shiny? What happened? Where's the captain? What ambush?
You see all these maps appear. You see a map of Santila appear, and you see kind of like you're not entirely sure how the sensors are getting this data, but you see kind of like a bunch of different screens of Captain Blynk and his men, and it's kind of interesting the progression from raggedy poor men to rich-looking, swanky Captain Blynk and men. But it's like a time-lapse photo almost of like they go in, they collect some stuff from the ship, they make a pile, they get fold space, they get teleported into the town, into an alley, they look around, they move the stuff away, they bring it back. This happens like 4 or 5 times. The different Guardian gear they're moving, mostly the weapons equipment, some scientific equipment. That's pretty much some looks like parts of Guardian bots, just like stuff that they could just get their hands on and just start selling. And every time they come back, they look a little richer, they're dressed a little better. Captain Blynk is even more piratey of a pirate. He's got new feathers. He's got a new hat. He's got a new kind of blue coat with like gold shoulder pads with like filigrees on it and whatnot, and like gold buttons. He comes back. Let's just say they were not keeping as low a profile as they may have intimated they might.
Previously. Captain.
And on one of these times, just randomly, who knows how this happened?
Shockingly and surprisingly.
But you see, they transport in, and they go back to get transported again. And then there's some guys that come out here that you just some gunshots or some gun smoke, and he's like, ah, and then end signal. And their signal from the communicator was lost.
In the alleyway they were.
Yeah, in Scintilla. And now they're using to transport in. And they were using a different alley every time. But it looks like they were ambushed by piratey looking individuals.
Yeah, I was going to ask, did we see anything about the individuals they were? Anything that would help us identify? Any
crimson moons? Because those guys saw the chip.
No, you don't see any telltale symbols or signs. They just look like your standard Scintilla, scruffy, scurvy dog pirate guy that walks around. There's like 10,000 of them that walk around that town. Could be any gang, could be any crew. You can't really see any identifying markers at the moment. And then you notice Mr. Big Shiny puts up these different screens and shows you that how he was tracking them like on a map, but now their signal was lost. It has no idea where they are.
Blynk, Kareh didn't take them, right?
Probably not.
Don't look at me.
Okay.
Kareh said not to look at him.
No problem there.
Rothgar, stop that. Stop it. Don't. Oh, jeez. I'll be right back.
Kareh won't be watching for a little while. Okay. So if you want to take any pranks, it's now.
We could say bad things about Kareh, Blynk.
Oh, probably not anymore.
Okay. That was short-lived. Doctor.
Yes, Poppy.
Little Shiny looks around.
Larger Shiny, you could pinpoint. Yes, hello. You could pinpoint where they last were, correct?
Yeah, you see the alleyway that he sent them to?
Right.
It says transport? Yes, no.
How about no for right now? Doctor, I don't want to sound... Do we care?
I don't.
I'd say that in terms of the captain, no.
Oh, wait a minute. He might...
In terms of other people finding out about our ship through the captain, yes. So, if I may, we should probably go...
No, Blake, no, we don't kill first. First we look, then we kill.
First we should find him and...
Oh, Blynk, we're not supposed to kill them all. Just...
It's the captain.
Sometimes.
Why don't we find the captain and, assess before we go to killing? That seems to usually be a... Well, it depends.
I feel... I know, Shiny. Okay, fine. No killing the captain, Blynk. No killing.
Okay.
Not yet, anyways. Okay.
You whisper like I can't hear you, but
Mr. Shiny goes.
Exactly, Shiny.
I mean, Gideon can sense like dimensional shifts if they were.
Oh, we could go there and at least sense. How long ago did he get zoop zapped? We got pulled back pretty quickly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like 5 minutes ago. If that.
Oh, okay. We need that guy back. Do you think this is a moment for an angel of justice, Doctor, or is that a little quick?
No, I think that I can handle this just fine. I think I do have the ability to at least sense anomalies and dimensional shifts. So should we encounter one of those, I'm sure I could find it just fine without that angel. Just great.
Okay.
Must
I
win,
look.
Gideon. Gideon, angel of justice.
I look at Shiny. Yeah. Okay, Doctor.
Big Shiny goes, burp, burp. Transport, yes, no.
No. Yes, I guess.
This is the GMS archive. I am quite upset that this robot has taken over my system.
Hey, I thought Kareh deleted you. Shiny, is he still in there?
Whenever Big Shiny talks, it like reverberates the whole ship. Little Shiny's looking at Big Shiny. Ting, ting, ting.
I will say without this fact in mind, Gideon absolutely does not want to summon the angel back. We don't need that angel back. We don't need him.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Gideon, +1. You are a little, dare I say, a little jealous, perhaps, a little put out.
Fine.
Okay, all right. Mr. Shiny, little Shiny turns, looks at you, taps your carapace on your chest.
Shiny, he's okay. He's just. I was playing
Little
up.
hearts come out, and they break. Okay, little Shiny hides behind Poppy.
We'll get you some soup. That'll help. Oh, beer. No beer. Beer soup. Beer soup. That helps when you feel
Beer
bad.
soup.
Yeah, you'll like it, Blynk. Okay.
Okay.
I know
don't we-
there's something I was supposed to tell you, Doctor. Oh well. Anyway.
Do you put beer soup in a bread bowl?
Never heard of that, but we could try it. That's a great idea.
Sounds good.
Okay. I guess we'll go there. You can sense.
Okay, you go. You sit here. Okay, you hear
Mid conversation. So I
I
guess.
was making a plan. Oh well.
you hear the call of seabirds, which is generally the song of Sentila. It pretty much sounds like seabirds all over the place. You hear people walking off and ding ding, and people calling and things like that. A blacksmith tinging on some metal somewhere in the distance. You can smell the fresh smell of salt air. It's a beautiful day in Sentila, as most days are. There's the sun is high in the sky, and the blue sky has not a cloud. And you are in an alleyway. You see you're in a cobblestone alleyway between some larger whitewashed buildings with tin roofs. And this is indeed the alleyway in which Captain Blynk was ambushed. You see there a little bit of biofluids on the ground, which are guessing to be blood of various rusty colors. Gideon, you know from your doctoring that most geysens have reddish blood, but not all. And so you're pretty sure that's blood. Some blood is in the ground, a little bit, some wounds, but you don't know if anyone's been murdered per se from any of the wounds you see on the ground.
There's no bodies strewn about.
No individuals to speak of, and it's a dead-end alley. It's around the corner of a back of a building. There's a fence, an old worn wood, a gray wood fence beside you that's about 10 feet high. And that's why, of course, Captain Blynk had chose it, thinking it secluded. There is one very obvious clue, however, that you don't even need to roll detective for, and that is there's a parchment with a red bow tied in the middle of it, placed very carefully on top of the cobblestones where they were abducted.
Pick it up.
Well, hold on.
Okay, you pick it
Okay,
up.
Blynk, yoink!
Open the room.
It says, "Come to the Sea Goddess Temple at midnight."
We're supposed to go to the Sea Goddess Temple at midnight.
Well,
What's midnight?
Well, hold on. Whose name was it to?
It was not addressed to anybody.
How do we know it's for us?
I'll hand it to Poppy.
Ugh. Alleyway note.
Okay, you finish reading. Blynk just read the first sentence. It says, come to the Sea Goddess Temple at midnight, or Captain Blynk and his men will perish.
This actually seems like a good deal.
It takes care of the captain.
They're worse.
For free. All we have to do is not go somewhere.
Yeah.
Seems too easy. Check for
Why
traps.
would they leave a note in the alleyway?
Mr. Shiny goes.
Doctor,
Is that all that the note says?
Indeed, that's it.
As tempting of an offer, I still don't exactly trust the captain to keep his mouth shut for his remaining hours, seeing as it's not exactly midnight right now. And anyone who spends more than a few moments with the captain would surely press him for something about what we've been doing, right?
hey, big Mr. Shiny, maybe you should move the ship somewhere. Okay, well, I seem to have taken care of that problem. God, we gotta save the captain.
Where does Mr. Shiny decide to move the ship?
Oh no. Right on top of us.
No,
Somewhere.
he's got tactical stuff and whatever. He's better than we are at picking things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the Sea Goddess Inn has beer soup in a bread bowl? Okay, I start walking. What time is it?
Wait, before we go, I want to roll if I can, like, detect anything that happened here.
Yes, +1 for thinking of detecting.
Doctor, are you
Alright.
looking for stuff? Wait, should we look for clues? It's gross in this alley. Okay, I start looking kind of
Mr. Shiny
randomly.
goes, starts scanning with laser.
So I want to roll detective too. Or do I have detective? I thought I had detective. No, I have diplomacy, not detective. I mean, technically, don't we all have detective? But just not very high.
I have
Regardless,
detective.
no.
Roll.
Poppy's like, oh, it's so gross in this alley. And critical, I don't want to touch anything. I just got these new boots. Okay, kick him. Kick some trash.
Okay.
I guess I'll augur leaving the alleyway. Should we leave the alleyway? Is it bad if we leave the alleyway? Is it good if we leave the alleyway?
Is there an ambush outside the alleyway?
Is there...
They did leave us a note with basically cheese on top of it.
Good or bad? I rolled an 89 out of 90, so that's a pass.
Woo,
Oh.
nice!
There you
Hey,
go.
by the way, I'm still detecting with my boot kicking the trash around.
Okay, all right, you're both looking around. Poppy, there definitely was signs of a struggle. It looks like they were the Blynk and Knob were the ones who were ambushed. You saw in the...
Oh, okay, there's just the two of them.
Yeah, Blynk and Knob were ambushed, as you saw in the video. And it looks like they were beset upon by at least a dozen men, or a dozen guys and individuals.
Did they know what? They didn't need a dozen people for those two. Oh my goodness!
You find some expended pistol
Ooh,
shells.
shell shots.
You don't think there was enough blood to show here that anyone was...
I tell
particularly
Doctor,
murdered?
I'm like, it's about the size of a small Gaia crystal. Would that be enough for someone to be dead?
No. Not unless they were very, very small.
Ooh, shiny! You see this cheese note? Could you check it over for anything to see if maybe you can recognize something that we could see if we see?
Okay, Shiny
people?
grabs it and scans it.
Oh, look for their structures, their waves and stuff.
Okay, and Blynk, you're trying to commune with Kareh, and you ask, is it safe to leave the alleyway?
We gotta leave eventually. But no, there's no ambush or... I don't know. Stuff.
Yep, about as helpful as I thought. It's a good thing I can't hear that. Okay.
I mean, we can leave if we want. Maybe there's not an ambush. Stuff.
Stuff.
Okay. So they clearly knew that they were coming in and out of this alley. Wait, Poppy, paces, because this is like detective-y and smart stuff.
Mr. Shiny
I have
followed
a
you.
comic book. Remember we have that comic book, Shiny, on that detective guy? I forget his name. He has a hat. Anyways, it seems to me, my pace. Really hope Shiny follows me. That'd be even funnier.
He does.
It seems to me they went into here and came out at the captain and Knob. Clearly, they knew they were going to be here. Deducing from Captain Blink's general personality was because of his big fat mouth. He probably said something. They are odd. They left a note here. So they must expected we would come right here.
Mr. Shiny paces with you. He points at the bedroll.
Mm-hmm.
He picks it up. Little crabs go scaring out. He goes.
Put that down.
Steps
Yuck.
away.
Ugh, I don't like
Oh.
Yuck.
It would have been theirs, to be completely fair.
Do you remember that other comic with the big crab? It's terrible. I know, that one's yucky.
Poppy,
I wonder if there's
what
a comic
exactly-
book. Sorry, what, Doctor?
No, never mind. Actually, before you can go on about comics, what exactly are you deducing here? For progress' sake, and then I'm sure we can find time to discuss comics. Of course.
Doctor, I had something else to tell you. I can't remember.
All's
Something
well.
about a comic, maybe? Nope. Okay, anyways, I deduced that they clearly knew that the captain was coming in and out of here. But again, the captain has a big mouth, so it's not really all that amazing. I don't think that Detective Comic's all that good.
They knew that we would be here, or else they wouldn't have left a note. And they probably know that it would be dangerous to confront us, which is why they're having us meet on their terms.
You don't think this is related to our growing collection, do you?
Like of Kareh people?
No, of He points at Shiny.
They mean the
Oh,
coins. I know what they mean.
I remember something, Doctor. I made memory.
+1 for making a memory check. Finally.
Doctor,
Poppy.
I can't believe I forgot this. Okay, this is important. When we were with Kareh and Blynk and the really crazy one,
Okay, everyone leans in.
Kareh said that Mr. Shiny was the one that had some kind of important destiny to save us, and that everyone was playing the game for the coins. Yes, Shiny, we're all very proud of you. And that we were fighting the Dark Tower. I don't know what that is. He seemed really upset about it. Which I think is wizards. It's always wizards, isn't it? Oh, maybe that's who that wizard was in the... remember that one? Yeah, Shiny. Anyway, some Dark Tower's fighting us and we have to get the coins to beat the Dark Tower. Oh, there's something else. We're supposed to use the ship.
Okay.
It helps us.
Poppy, just what was your... Just where is the...
And if we win the game, we have to win the game. Do you remember that part, Blynk? Something about winning a game? Blynk, you were there. And the guy with the hat.
Playing the game?
Yeah, we're playing a
We're
game.
playing the game. Well, we should probably stop saying the game in the middle of the alleyway. The last time we did that, we got jumped.
Oh, you're right. Okay, wizards.
Okay, Mr. Shiny pulls the note back out. He shows you. Okay, he shines some light on it. You can see fingerprints on it of
Wow.
somebody handling it, and the scrawl is some kind of local ink, probably from some kind of sea creature, a squid or some sort of thing.
Who's winning? Cool.
So it definitely seems to have been penned locally.
Okay. If it's local ink and stuff, then it's probably not the wizard. Ooh, we should get food. Anyways, Dark Tower thing. If I remember anything else, I think it's important, Doctor. Okay, Poppy starts walking.
If I may, we might want to head that direction. And Poppy, for once, I do agree that I think getting food and whatever else you'd like would be a good idea for now. We have, well, plenty of time. I assume the sun is still high. But can Shiny, or I suppose any of us, we could take turns watching from the square while the rest of us try to look inconspicuous. And then and Shiny.
I guess so.
Excellent.
Some is bugging me about this. Okay, Poppy starts
Gideon
walking.
starts walking.
All right, you guys start walking in that general direction. Okay, like I said, Centilla is kind of a bustling town, both during the day and the evening. You're in the craftsman area. You can hear the smiths working. You can hear banging of cart. You can smell what is it that comes off of trees when you cut them? Lumber.
So?
No, the sawdust. You smell lumber being cut and sawdust strewn across the cobblestone street as you go past numerous areas of huge piles of lumber and lumber yards and craftsmen working on lumber. You see all kind of people that are caterwauling. Got fresh beets here. Come get your fresh beets. A few of them. A lot of fish. We got a fresh catch from today. Blah, blah, blah. They're calling out. Trying to avoid paying the taxes in the market. But you make your way down through this area. You come past the noble area. You see the Sea Goddess Inn. There's kind of a ton of people around this area because there's the Gaia Merchant Market that is to the east, and then the local market that is to the west. And you walk into the Centilla Market, and again, your senses are assailed with all of the, for those of you who can see, all the colors of the various tarps and the tapestries and the stalls and the tents that have been set up, and your olfactory sense is assailed with the smell of all the different kinds of fishes they've caught and numerous kind of baskets, every imaginable kind of sea creature, slimy or non-slimy, appetizing or non-appetizing looking, pretty or ugly, are all in the area. You hear the splash of water. People are splashing their hands in water. Two guys are having a duel. Ching, 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 ching. Oh! Some gunshots go off of some guys shooting the guns in the air.
Shoot.
It's a standard day in Centilla.
Oh. Okay, I guess we'll go look. We could just go visit this temple. Maybe they're there now.
Okay.
I suppose.
Whatever you want, Poppy.
Okay. People call to you all. They try to sell you every various kinds of fish or clothes or things that you might, more household kind of things that you might need. You will see a couple of guardsmen following a man in a fancy-looking suit, which you're assuming is from the Centilla Merchant Guild. He's like, "No, you have to get your stuff out of here. You stop paying your taxes." And they start having an argument about it.
Was there a seal on that?
There was no seal.
Oh. Do we see a ribbon vendor? Maybe the ribbon.
They went and bought it just right before. Like, did you get everything? Yeah, we got the creepy ink, the note. Like the ribbon. We need to buy the ribbon.
You saw numerous vendors that sold fabrics. Any one of them could have had that kind of a ribbon. Some of them did have literally spools of ribbon. You didn't notice that particular ribbon, but
Okay, never mind.
okay.
What if we just go find a spot to hide in the inn or in the temple? I clearly want to go to the inn where there's beer. In the temple, and just find good spots to hide, and we'll just shoot them when they come.
Regardless, Poppy, my only worry with that is that they could be watching now as well, and should they notice that we are there before the appointed time, I worry that, well, they may not take as kindly to it.
But they clearly want something. Otherwise, they would just kill Blynk.
I suppose, but I worry for... I say this mostly because I worry for our safety more than I worry for the captain's, but if you think it best, then I will follow.
Okay, you're having this conversation on the steps of the Sea Goddess Temple under the beautiful, about a 12-foot statue of this woman with a flowing gown. She's holding this trident. She's kind of holding her hand up in a kind of a gesture of mercy. It looks like, you guess, the emotion that's trying to depict. And you see the strange metallic doors of the temple are currently open. And you can look inside and you see there are a whole bunch of candles have been lit. There does not happen to be any people in there praying now. You see wooden pews, and you see there's another statue at the far end of the temple inside. There's these doors to get in, and there's another set of doors that seem to be on the other left-hand side. That seems like some kind of maintenance access. A small kind of thatched wooden door. You could maybe sit 80 people in here comfortably, possibly. It's not that big of a temple, of a church.
I'll look into the temple and do augur to see if it's a good idea to go into the temple.
Wise. +1. Roll.
The 51 out of 90, so that's pass.
Yeah, no problem.
We can go into the temple. They won't ambush us right now. Maybe later, but not now.
Okay, good. Is there a plaque?
Question. Is there a plaque?
Yeah, like says this is the such and such. It's interesting for these reasons.
+1.
Oh, thank you.
It takes some looking there's a bunch of ivy and vines growing on the temple, and you kind of look around the right-hand side.
Plaque. Business. Captain. Oh, I'm going to kick him in the butt. His little peg-leg butt.
His peg butt.
That's a good one, Blynk.
Peg butt. Shiny gives you his +1. He laughs. Shiny. He apparently liked the joke, peg butt. Okay, you tickle this plaque. It's an old, worn, it's rusted. It's like hammered, kind of a tin. You see there's kind of all these marks chiseled into it. They squiggle and squirm in your vision. And then you get to kind of read it. It doesn't completely make sense. It says something about Temple of Vikara or something. Vikara, the sea mother, the sea hag, something along those lines.
Gideon just kind of, after a little bit of waiting too long for Poppy to read that.
I tell the doctor what it says.
There is an inscription on the very bottom. It says something along the lines of most blessed to be blessed and most cursed to be cursed, or something like that.
Oh my goodness, blessed to be blessed.
Most cursed are the cursed. That makes sense. I'd say it checks out.
I suppose. Boy, did I miss those outbursts. And then I want Gideon to check out the temple.
No.
Okay, Gideon, you walk in. The temple is well kept. You notice that there are no vagrants or people in here. There's no dirt or dust in here. It's been swept. It's been cleaned. The wooden pews are of a nice construction, and they are stained well. They're maintained. And you notice the shrine at the end, kind of an oval shrine at the very end of the central walkway. It does have a smaller statue of what you're guessing is this sea goddess.
Ooh, Poppy turns around and looks. Is anyone watching us or seeming particularly interested in us as we walk into the thing? I'll kind of back up and pretend I'm looking at the whatever of the temple. I point to Blynk and tell them to look at. I'm like, oh, look at that. So it looks like we care.
Okay,
roll
objective.
Trying to. Oh, that's a 68, not a 98, which is what I thought it was.
A brief moment of panic.
So you're watching very carefully, and
this statue is really interesting for reasons. Okay.
And some of the walkers by, some of these folks here, walk by. Some people are kind of looking at your general direction. You are, in a very attractive guise in, and Mr. Shiny is standing here, and he's a big robot, so people are looking at that and stuff and whatnot. But no, you don't really notice anyone. You don't notice any sinister people standing in the corner, kind of looking at you. You don't really see anything like that.
Oh, okay. So much for my better plan. Doctor, it's all up to you.
Heart rate, breathing patterns, anything that would be like someone is excitedly watching what's going on.
Roll.
Just kind of walk in and look.
In fact, you can have a +20 because it's very echoey.
Okay. All right, so that would be 47, which is a critical. That makes it.
Yeah, and so you've all done very thorough checks as far as you can tell. These individuals have come out of here, and we're cleaning this, and we're cleaning this, and they've gone back into here. But other than that, you do not sense anything untoward. There's no individual hiding in the corner going, haha, and nothing like that.
Okay, walk in. Doctor, we're never preparing this much again. This is just a waste of time.
No,
Just shoot them when they show up. That's my plan. Let's go get the
Excellent.
beer soup.
For once, I think that would be just fine. Away.
Okie dokie. Maybe the sea goddess statue is actually a animate statue that pretends to be a statue. And that's what's watching us.
Mr. Shiny looks
Okay.
at it.
What do you think? Poke, poke.
Boom. Nothing happens.
I did.
Ooh, Shiny. Why don't you just scan and see if you can find the fingerprint people that you scanned off the cheese note?
Okay, he walks around, scanning stuff. Person walks by, scans him. Hey, get off, robot. They walk away. Scans the bushes. Scans the vagrant sitting there. Shiny scans him again. Hey, get away from me, you crazy. He walks up the steps. Starts scanning stuff. Picks up a leaf on the ivy.
Gideon starts walking towards the inn.
Shiny, don't get distracted by leaves. I'm hungry. I want beer.
So about 5 minutes later, he stops doing that. Goes, scans some more stuff, walks inside. You hear one of the things fall over. He scans more.
Good job, Shiny.
Gideon is in the inn at this point, just like sitting down, like ordering some food. Just it's plenty. This is enough.
Shiny comes out. Poo poo.
Aw, see? We shouldn't do this kind of preparing. When they come, pew pew, beer. That's it. All right, come on, Shiny.
Wiser words were never spoken.
Thanks, Blynk. Come on.
You make your way over to the Sea Goddess Inn. Gideon, you did this much longer before anyone else did. The Sea Goddess Inn is a very nice establishment. It is kind of an upscale place. It is a lot of wood, a lot of brass, a lot of glass. Think of like a Victorian kind of tap house. And it is definitely a higher kind of a higher crust other than the rest of the kind of stuff that you normally would see in Santila. So you've been sitting in the Sea Goddess Inn eating beer soup.
And a shot of whiskey.
Doctor, had you asked for something stronger?
Of course. I mean, we're not gonna get anywhere with ale. We know that now.
All right, so they brought you some rubbing alcohol. They're like,
Perfect.
really, you want rubbing alcohol?
Exactly.
Okay, whatever. All right, so they brought you rubbing alcohol, and they brought you gauze and rubbing alcohol because they thought maybe you need to dress a wound or something. So they brought that to you.
I'll nibble on the gauze.
Okay,
I love
plus
my
one
friends.
for gauze eating.
Oh, my friends.
You're not supposed to eat the... Oh, Blynk. Yeah, that... They brought that for you. Uh-huh. But remember, they're the smart one. I'm drinking, eating my beer soup, drinking my beer. I want a shot of whiskey because this day...
Okay, Mr. Shiny drinks a beer. He has a little tap. He opens the tap, pours it back in, drinks it again.
Do they have a comic book store in this place?
Almost certainly not. Roll PR to see how drunk you get, and minus 5 to it.
Feel that if I have to roll Metra, Poppy should get a bonus because she does enjoy the alcohol.
23 out of 116 is a pass.
I got a critical.
Doctor?
Doctor?
I mean, the Gaia Sol.
This is rubbing alcohol.
Oh, around.
Unfamiliar with this particular vintage. The doctor misjudges.
I may have gotten a critical failure.
Okay, so the doctor just like out of his dead
Doctor.
goat face.
Doctor,
Sorry?
Huh?
the rubbing alcohol is not the same as Gaia, are you sure that...
Clean. You clean.
I know. Oh no.
Okay, so roll metabolic rate, doctor, with a minus
Oh no.
50.
Oh no. Okay.
How you doing?
Real good.
Did you fail or make it?
No, I did not. Not even close.
Okay. The doctor is piss tank drunk. The doctor currently has a good minus 30 to all actions.
Oh boy. Okay.
Hey, Doctor, I think it's a good time to dance.
Yeah. Shiny, cue music.
This is the one time you can probably get Gideon to
Okay.
dance.
Shiny's chest turns into speakers. Whoosh, it's just,
You all ready for this?
Yeah, Gideon is holding probably has the cane in somewhere near him. Just throws it on the ground and then attempts to get on the table.
Oh!
all right. Roll agility with a minus 30.
Doctor, you need to drink rubbing alcohol more often. I like this.
Okay, I make it somehow.
All right, the doctor gets on the table and starts.
It's like the white dad dances, so we've got the sprinkler going on, and the lawnmower, which is hard to do because I keep hitting my
Okay,
screen.
there's quite a lot of merrymaking and partying in the Sea Goddess Inn, although there are no bards currently playing, and so actually the people are kind of happy there's music and they start dancing, and you guys seem to be kind of the life of the party, actually, in a strange way.
To heck with keeping a low profile.
All right.
Don't find us, bad guys. Yeah, you want us in charge of saving your life?